Vietnam's remarkable rise as the world's second-largest coffee producer is a story of transformation, resilience, and strategic adaptation. While coffee may not be the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Vietnam, today, the country stands as a global powerhouse, trailing only behind Brazil in the vast market of coffee production. To understand how this Southeast Asian nation achieved such a feat, it's essential to delve into its history, geography, government policies, and the entrepreneurial spirit of its people. Historically, coffee is not native to Vietnam. The crop was first introduced in the mid-19th century by French colonialists who brought Robusta coffee plants to the region. Initially, coffee was cultivated on a small scale, mostly in the northern provinces. The French saw potential in the region's fertile land and favorable climate, especially in the Central Highlands, and slowly began to expand coffee plantations. However, for nearly a century, progress was slow. Wars, colonial struggles, and political upheaval limited agricultural development and kept Vietnamese coffee production at modest levels. The turning point came after the end of the Vietnam War in 1975. The country was devastated and faced enormous challenges: poverty, food shortages, and economic isolation. The government initially followed a centralized socialist model, but by the mid-1980s, Vietnam embarked on a series of major economic reforms known as Doi Moi. These reforms shifted the country toward a more market-oriented economy, opening doors for private enterprise and foreign investment. It was within this new economic landscape that coffee production began to flourish. Recognizing the potential of coffee as a cash crop with strong export prospects, the Vietnamese government actively encouraged its cultivation. Land reforms allowed farmers to own and manage their plots, incentivizing them to increase production. Technical support, credit programs, and infrastructure improvements followed, creating a supportive environment for rapid expansion. Vietnam's geography played a pivotal role in the success story. The Central Highlands, especially provinces like Dak Lak, Lam Dong, and Gia Lai, boast rich volcanic soil and a climate well-suited for coffee. While much of the world's coffee is Arabica, Vietnam specializes in Robusta, a variety known for its higher yield, greater resistance to pests, and stronger, more bitter flavor profile. Robusta thrives in the relatively low-altitude, warm, and humid conditions of the Central Highlands, making it an ideal crop for Vietnamese farmers. By the late 1990s, the results of these efforts were clear. Coffee plantations expanded rapidly, and output soared. In less than 2 decades, Vietnam catapulted from an insignificant producer to the second-largest coffee exporter worldwide. Today, the country produces nearly 2 million tons of coffee annually, accounting for around 20% of global supply. A key factor in Vietnam's meteoric rise has been its focus on Robusta coffee. While Arabica is preferred by specialty coffee markets for its nuanced flavors, Robusta is essential for instant coffee, espresso blends, and industrial uses. Robusta plants yield more beans per hectare, require less care, and can be harvested more frequently than Arabica. This allowed Vietnamese coffee to be competitively priced, drawing international buyers, especially major coffee companies looking for affordable bulk supplies. The influence of international trade cannot be understated. As Vietnam opened its doors to global markets, international companies began investing in local processing facilities and supply chains. Partnerships with multinational brands helped upgrade technology and improve quality control. The country also joined major trade agreements, reducing export barriers and ensuring access to the world's largest coffee-consuming nations. The success of Vietnamese coffee is also rooted in the adaptability and resilience of its farmers. Faced with fluctuating prices, changing weather patterns, and the challenges of global competition, Vietnamese growers have continuously innovated. Many have diversified crops, adopted sustainable farming techniques, and experimented with new processing methods. Cooperatives and farmer associations emerged, helping smallholders access markets, share knowledge, and negotiate better prices. Despite its impressive output, Vietnam's coffee industry faces ongoing challenges. Historically, the focus on quantity over quality led to concerns about bean consistency and taste. However, in recent years, there has been a growing movement to elevate quality standards. Producers are investing in better cultivation practices, post-harvest processing, and certifications like UTZ and Rainforest Alliance. Specialty Vietnamese coffees, particularly Arabica from highland regions, are gaining recognition for their unique flavors and profiles. Coffee culture is deeply embedded in Vietnamese society. From bustling street-side cafes serving traditional café suada, sweet, iced coffee with condensed milk, to rural households brewing Robusta in simple metal filters, coffee is a daily ritual for millions. This vibrant domestic consumption supports a thriving internal market and sustains local traditions, even as the bulk of production is destined for export. The environmental impact of large-scale coffee farming is a pressing concern. Deforestation, water management, and soil degradation threaten long-term sustainability. Recognizing these challenges, government agencies, NGOs, and private companies are working together to promote eco-friendly farming, reforestation, and resource conservation. These initiatives aim to balance economic growth with environmental stewardship, securing the future of Vietnamese coffee for generations to come. Vietnam's ascent in the coffee world has also transformed local communities. Coffee farming provides livelihoods for millions of people, from smallholder farmers to workers in processing plants and export companies. Economic opportunities have spurred development, improved infrastructure, and raised living standards in rural areas. Education and healthcare have benefited from increased incomes, while women have taken on prominent roles in coffee production and trade. Looking ahead, the future of Vietnamese coffee appears promising but not without uncertainty. Climate change, price volatility, and evolving consumer preferences will test the industry's resilience. Yet, Vietnam's proven ability to adapt and innovate suggests it will continue to be a major player in the global coffee market. From humble beginnings to international prominence, Vietnam's journey to becoming the world's second-largest coffee producer is a testament to the power of transformation. It's a story shaped by history, geography, government vision, and the determination of countless individuals who turned a colonial import into an engine of national growth. Today, every cup of Vietnamese coffee, whether enjoyed in Hanoi, exported to Europe, or brewed in a New York cafe, carries with it the legacy of this remarkable achievement. As global demand for coffee continues to grow, Vietnam's role will only become more significant. The country's success offers important lessons in agricultural development, market adaptation, and the ability of communities to thrive amid change. Ultimately, the rise of Vietnamese coffee is not just about beans. It's about people, perseverance, and the enduring spirit of a nation that, against all odds, found its place at the heart of the world's coffee industry.